Ladies and gentlemen, there is a great news have emerged from Middle East. Israel and Iran possibly will be reaching a ceasefire. And if that happens, the whole world will celebrate. And the whole world is already celebrating. So let's watch on and see whether this ceasefire is true or not true. So the Iran-Israel war is ending as what was announced by Donald Trump, or is it because there seems to be a very fragile kind of environment? And today in this video, I will walk you through what has happened and possibly also take a look at whether this thing will last. So as usual, these are for financial education and entertainment and not for financial advice. Remember, hit subscribe because this is an emerging news and possibly we might hit a all-time high in the S&P 500 and the Nasdaq today or tomorrow. So, as at yesterday, Iran fired some missiles at a US base in Qatar as Donald Trump calls for peace. And there were 14 missiles being launched by Iran towards an American base in Qatar that caused no injury. And President Donald Trump dismissed it as a weak response to the US attack, while urging Iran and Israel to make peace as the conflict entered the 12th day. So this attack is on a US military base in Qatar. I can't pronounce this. I think it's called Al-Udeid Air Base, and they threatened to widen the conflict. But frankly speaking, this conflict, this air attack through missiles by Iran to US seems quite an unusual attack. So Iran actually warned Qatar ahead of the attack. So according to news sources, as Iran launched those strikes towards a military base, they actually warned the Qatar that the strikes were coming. So in short, the US knew that these attacks are coming and they have a chance to shoot them down. Now, clearly, this is an act of showmanship, right? Not a real act they want to cause harm. Iran has done this again and again in the past. And Kelvin Cheng actually said that it seems that Iran told Qatar and the US exactly when and how many missiles were firing. Iran's audience was domestic. It knows it would be suicidal to US or Qatar if it actually attacked them real seriously, but need to ensure that they show authority, right? They need to please the Iranians. They also need to please they also need to not over agitate the US, Americans, and the Qataris. So you don't have much options. So I thought it was beautifully worded by Kelvin Cheng. Iran doesn't have many good options. It's alone. So the best thing is to quickly negotiate a ceasefire and preserve power at home. So I thought it was beautifully worded by him. So Tehran launched a total of 14 missiles at the American air base southwest of Doha. 13 were being intercepted. I was told that it was intercepted by the Qataris. Not that means the Qatar military, not by the US military. So Donald Trump reviewed it on his Truth Social post. The last one was heading in the non-threatening direction, so he was set free. So this launch appeared to be coordinated very well, so as to save face for Iran. So Donald Trump posted this: Iran has officially responded to our obliteration of their nuclear facility with a very weak response, which we expected, and have effectively countered. There was launch of 14 missiles, and 13 were knocked down. One was set free because it was heading in a non-threatening direction. I'm pleased to report that no American were harmed and hardly any damage was done. Most importantly, they have got it all out of the system. That means anger is let it out already. Okay, let it go. So hopefully no more further hit. I want to thank Iran for giving us this early notice and made it possible for no lives to be lost and no one to be injured. And possibly Iran can now proceed to peace and harmony in the region. I will enthusiastically encourage Israel to do the same thing. Thank you for the attention to this matter. Donald Trump, blah, blah, blah. So you see, he's like, okay, you want to slap me, but yeah, you didn't manage to reach me. Okay, so okay lah, I let you have this face. Meanwhile, Israel, okay, peace, stop firing everybody. A bit, we may not like him, but some of this theatric actually gets the job done. So, however, Iran foreign minister said Iran is ready to respond again in case of any further aggression from US, right? The kind of thing. You hit me, I surely hit you. But meanwhile, all these are showmanship. Lah. It's showmanship until you cannot showmanship. In Indonesian, we call it wayang, right? Shadow dancer. Just do for sake of doing. But strangely, about an hour plus ago, as I record this video, there was a missile strike at southern Israel, and 3 persons were killed. And the Israel Emergency Services said that 3 people were killed after a missile struck a residential building in the southern part of Israel in a place called Be'er Sheva. So we are not too sure whether this missile was fired because it was mistakenly fired or purposely fired to trigger a violation or in response to someone, but it's this is potential violation of that implicit ceasefire. So Donald Trump has outright said that, oh, Iran and Israel have agreed to ceasefire already. Okay, so now everybody happy, yeah? No more people fighting and that kind of thing, right? Neither side has officially said that they have agreed to it. Now, I don't know about Iran, but Israel has a history of not listening to ceasefire call. So that happens to many times in history. I'm not very sure whether this time this will happen, but I know that Prime Minister Netanyahu is very quiet, very obliging and very obedient to Donald Trump. So I think he will play ball. So Donald Trump actually says that no, congratulations everyone. It has been agreed and by between Israel and Iran that we complete and total ceasefire approximately 6 hours from now, when Israel and Iran have totally wound down and completed their progress, final mission for 12 hours, of which the war will be considered ended. Officially, Iran will start a ceasefire and and upon the 12-hour Israel ceasefire. But strange, huh? Why let one side ceasefire, then the other side ceasefire? Give the other chance a chance to fight back. And this will be called the 12-day war. Remember, there's a 6-day war in 1967, and there's a Yom Kippur War, which is the 19-day war. Now it's a 12-day war. So this will be officially the end of a 12-day war. And of course, he would like to claim the credit now. Once he claims the credit, maybe Donald Trump will win the Nobel Peace Prize this year. Okay, so if I would like to congratulate both countries, Israel and Iran, for having a stamina, courage, and intelligence to end what we call a 12-day war. This is a war that could have gone on for years, destroyed the Middle East, but it didn't. God bless Israel, God bless Iran, God bless Middle East, God bless America, God bless the world, God bless Mr. Lu, whatever, right? It's just this comical, man. I just find comical. Yeah. So I don't know if y'all find comical or not. But the good thing is that it gets the job done. It gets the job done. So Trump has no intention of striking back after Iran's failed retaliation. He don't intend. He considered a weak response. He said, "You let it out of system, okay, I'll let you have it." Okay. So I think that's fine. To be frank, Qatar also helped. Okay, Qatar helped mediate the talks to people familiar with the matter. So let's hope that this ceasefire will be a real ceasefire. It's a very fragile ceasefire. Both sides hate each other, so it's hard to say. So Donald Trump said, "I would like to thank the highly esteemed Amir of Qatar for all he has done in seeking peace for region. Regarding attack, I'm pleased to report that no Americans have been killed. There are no Qataris killed or wounded. Thank you for attention on this matter." Right? So great. JD Vance, the vice president, now also claimed that Iran is incapable of building a nuclear weapon with the equipment they have because they are now completely destroyed. So it basically says that let's have a long-term peace for the region. Okay, and Iran now has an opportunity to pursue a path to peace. I'm not too sure whether that will happen, but at least for now, maybe for the next 5 to 10 years, I think Iran has lost a majority of its military capability. It should focus on building its economy back. So Russia also came out and gave a response. Regarding President Trump's concern, I condemn the US strike on Iran. It failed to achieve its objective. However, Limpe, the Russian, has no intention of supplying nuclear weapons to Iran because unlike Israel, no, we stick to the nuclear non-proliferation treaty. I know quite well, having seen our oversee our nuclear forces as president, but other countries might that what we was said. We definitely should not be arguing over who should has more nuke? All the more so because the New START treaty, once I signed with US president, is still in force for now. Okay, so basically he says that Russia, will not supply Iran with nuclear weapons. So that is great. Right? So no more of this. Pakistan outright say that no. There were some rumors saying that I will supply Iran with nuclear weapons. No, we're not doing that. Russia outright said no. I think China not interested in this. China just want to make money. So there's a great outcome. So with this great outcome, the oil prices just collapse is the word. Maybe collapse is too serious. Just went rocketing down. You know? So this is now a 7.2% drop. Okay. I think it's even lower right now. So let's take a look at the latest price. The latest price for oil has now reached $66. Yesterday was about $74, $75. So now it's $66, a phenomenal drop. Okay, let's hope we drop somewhere around this region. Too low, also no good, right? Too low, it signifies other problem. But $66, between $59 to $68, I think this is the perfect range. You can fluctuate anywhere in between. Can you see how sharp the drop is from 74 all the way now to 66? Good outcome. No more inflationary risk. The problem right now is that Donald Trump right now got the mind space to now go after the tariff war right now. So we don't know what happened there. So I think it's all good news. Stock market, the futures are doing well. Let's take a look as well. Okay. So the S&P 500 futures is going up. Okay. Potentially very near all-time high again. The Nasdaq 100 is also hitting an all-time high. We'll see how it happens today. I think within 1 week, you will probably hit an all-time high already. Provided Mr. Donald Trump, please don't rock the boat on the tariff war side of things. So all said and done, this is all good news. Good news for world peace. Good news for the Israeli, Iranians, Americans, Mr. Lu, financial world, whatever. But this peace is very fragile. Iran is still bitter about it. They could still be going out and supply the whole world with, the whole world around Israel with weapons so that they can come and disturb Israel. But for now, at least for the next 5 to 10 years, I think they've lost the capability. And another thing I also never touched a lot was that Iranian probably lost almost all its drones and missiles that they can supply the Russian with. Okay, and therefore the Russians will have less weapons to fight Ukraine right now. So Ukraine is also a beneficiary out of the whole thing. So I like to see this thing as a very positive development, but it's very volatile and fragile. Hit subscribe. Once I detect some abnormally, I will go live tonight and share everybody. So let's get ready for a live stream tonight, shall we? Okay. Thank you for watching. I'll see you tonight.